But then you're stuck doing that for the rest of your life. You've trained your team members to depend on you to do it. If you teach them how to fish, all of a sudden we can break through those glass ceilings.
This dentist is very honest. So I'm going to read his question. It comes from the heart. I have the bad habit of micromanaging my practice, and I know I need to break this habit. However, if I am not micromanaging my practice, so many things either won't be done or they will be done wrong. Please help.
Wow. A+ for honesty, and
Yeah.
A+ for the candor that was shared.
Right.
Micromanaging is rarely an effective strategy. It frustrates you and the person you're micromanaging. In many cases, if a doctor has reverted to micromanaging, the practice will hit a ceiling they simply can't go past. So one of the signals you could see, maybe you don't, sometimes it's hard to recognize this stuff in ourselves, behaviors in ourselves. Wouldn't you agree, Naren? Because you can't see it because you're too close to it. But if you want to see evidence of it, see if your practice is plateaued. Let's say you have $1 million practice, but it's been $1 million practice for the last 5 years. And you're aspiring to grow, and
Right.
you're not, then I would suggest that there may be evidence of micromanagement in your practice, because you can't break through that because everything is dependent on you. That's that fourth level of leadership defined, by Jim Collins. That's a genius with 1,000 helpers. That's
Right.
kind of the definition of practice of micromanagement. And I feel your pain about, well, Gary, if I'm not micromanaging my practice, either things won't get done or they're going to be done wrong. And that's part of, I think, the personality of many dentists and many high performing people is to be a perfectionist. Set up ongoing formats to sit down with your team members and evaluate their performance and give them coaching and give them guidance to improve. And, it's that old adage. I think, there's a biblical analogy here, Naren, that, sometimes it's easier to provide the fish than to teach them how to fish, right? So somebody's like, well, it's just easier for me to just get in and do it. But then you're stuck doing that for the rest of your life. You've trained your team members to depend on you to do it. If you teach them how to fish, all of a sudden we can break through those glass ceilings and those, the plateaus that you might be experiencing in your practice. I think you've already started the process to recognize that
Yeah.
you have the habit and you want to break it. You bet.
Just 2 quick points. One is, what motivates people is autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So when you're micromanaging, they don't have autonomy and they cannot grow. They cannot, improve because you are telling them what they're doing wrong. So they're always trying to, not screw up instead of, taking risks and growing. The second tip on that point about micromanagement, it's a mindset, right? Like, you said it, you said something like, if I don't do it, it won't get done. You believe it, therefore it's true for you. I rember a quote from Gary, either you say you can or you can't, either way you are right. So it's just a shifting that thinking. So anyways.
Yeah, cool. Love the question, and I love the humility and the candor of the way the question was framed.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment to us saying I subscribed. Most importantly, be sure to click the bell button, which means you'll be subscribed so you won't miss out on any future videos.